Hey, howdy, hi, hello, hola, privyet, bonjour, guten tag. What is up, Vikings? How goes it? Welcome to the month of October. As you all know, it is like my favorite month of the year. Why? Because the simple fact of Halloween. So promises to be some interesting giveaways and stuff this month. That is not the reason of this stream, however. Oh man. Goodness gracious. All right, let me figure some stuff out here real quick. Real quick news from my end of things. Of course. Bam. Merch, memberships, and more. Check out the shop. Yeah, check out the shop. Memberships. Quick membership shout out here. Woo. Boomer. Cats. Gwen. Madib. Snowman TG and Yellow. Thank you guys for your continued support and paid memberships. I greatly appreciate it. If you guys are interested in becoming paid members of the channel, down here in the bottom of the merch shop, there is this right here. I will also be adding more merch for colder weather, aside from just like hoodies and sweaters and beanies. Coming up with some interesting new stuff for you guys. Check that out if you can. Also, the GoFundMe posted an update today. We are $150 away from the GoFundMe going and effing itself. Oh, man. All right. I don't know how much of that stuff I can get away with. Anyways, but we're $150 away from the GoFundMe being complete. That's it. $150 and the GoFundMe is done. Kaput. End of story. No more. $150. That's done. All right. Enough promotional shenanigans for me. So, streamer news. Oh. Oh, yellow. Streamer news. On October 6th, there will be an update. Yes, October 6th. That is Monday. Thank you, dude. Yes, I'm excited. $150 and the GoFundMe is done, complete. Streaming equipment paid for. Then you guys don't have to listen to me constantly promote for a GoFundMe and ask for stuff. Oh, man. So, streamer news. Monday, there will be an update that will bring, at a minimum, the fair event to the game. Now, thing being is this. The fair event is not going to actually take place until October 20th. Torin put in the streamers program, there will be a big update with the fair on the 6th, but the event itself will start maybe on the 20th. All capitals on the maybe. So, there will be the new fair event coming to Vikings War of Clans on an update on the 6th of October. That is like 4 days from now. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, Monday. So, there will be an update on Monday. The fair event itself will not start until October 20th. So, FYI there, be prepared for an update on Monday. I do not know. Before people ask, I do not know what is going to be potentially changing. I have no clue. Literally, the only news I have is that Monday, October 6th, there will be an update that is the fair event. So, Torin released a video about this. Oh, I already liked that. Whoopsies. Let me pull this shenanigans up. I've seen a lot of people want Battle for the Light changed. To be honest, I don't play Battle for the Light enough. I guess enough to really like have an opinion of it. Here's the thing. I've seen stuff said as far as like it's unfair one person can get all the achievements. I've seen people say it's unfair that the leagues are the way they are. It's unfair that they get matched against top clans. It's unfair that... Okay, so let me dispel a few things here, and I'm probably going to say some stuff that's going to piss people off, but hi, my name is Bones, and I have 0 F's to give. So, let that sink in for a minute. So here's the thing. In the course of Vikings War of Clans, we've always had personal events and clan events. If you upgrade your palace the same as somebody like, say, Game Ender, and currently I believe Game Ender is the only level 50 palace in the game, but if you upgrade your palace to that level of like Game Ender, you cannot complain that you are then facing him in personal events. That's just it. You can't sit there and be like, oh my God, these guys are killing me. When you chose to keep pace with them on palace level. Like, that's just it. I'm not saying, like, I don't understand the upset. I'm not saying that I don't understand, like, how things could be matched differently. But here's the thing. Oh, well, see? Here's the thing. Personal events have never, ever taken into account what clan you're in, the strength of your clan's stronghold, the knowledge of your stronghold, your personal knowledge level, your gear level, your rune level, your achievement level, etc., 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 etc. Personal events are just that. Personal. They are matched off of one thing, generally, that is your palace level. So being like, it's not fair. Well, quit upgrading your palace. Like, that's just all I got for that. Now, do I agree that certain things about Battle for the Light could be absolutely different? Yes, I do. Do I think that, like, King's gear, for instance, should be taken into account? Like, if somebody has full King's gear, why are they in my league? Blah, 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 blah. No, I don't. Like, so that's just kind of that. The thing is like, everybody's kind of like gone at different levels. But the other thing is personal events are still predicated on one thing. That is your palace level. Plain and simple. If you are having a hard time with your current palace level, that means you probably upgraded it faster than you could keep going. Like, that's just it. I'm just stating. There are constantly times in Battle for the Light that I get my rear handed to me at palace level 44. Why did I go to 44? Because of the simple fact of, well, I can. Do I care about closing my personals? Not so much. However, if I did care about closing my personal events consistently, I wouldn't have gone up to palace level 44. Like, once you start looking at league breakdowns, there's a big enough of a gap in league breakdowns currently with palace levels that dictates, until we start seeing the higher leagues factor in, like, once they start adding the leagues that they have actually added to the game, there's just not enough people to go into those leagues. These leagues will balance out. But until then, it might be a potentially bumpy ride. Now, stating that things are unbalanced, well, I mean, define balance. Things like game balance are always kind of subjective. So, like, if I'm sitting here and I'm like, well, but it hurts when they hit. Well, yeah, they've probably put a lot more time, money, and effort into their runes, their gear, their achievements, their town skins than I have. However, being like, well, it's not fair that we're in the same league, even though we're the same palace level, are two entirely different things. Like, so that's just it. It all just kind of depends on how subjective you are. Like, there is no pure one answer for balancing the game for everybody. It is a massive multiplayer online game. Fact. Also fact. Things can be bought. You can buy town skins. Like, for the love of Jesus, you can buy Cosmos for $2,500. Is that affordable? No. Is somebody that can afford to buy Cosmos that then gets put into the same battle of light as me at palace level 44, if they max their Cosmos, probably gonna whoop my rear? Absolutely. Same with, like, people that are like palace level 44 and VIP 100. They have 20 levels ahead of me. They are probably gonna hand me my ass. But guess what? Complaining and stating that that is a balance issue doesn't change the fact that literally, according to the mechanic, you are the same. Like, that's just it. I'm not stating that it couldn't be done differently. I'm just stating that when you look at nitpicking the small little things that make it quote unquote unbalanced, is like looking at the whole thing of like the dreaded gap. Like, oh my God, the gap. Oh my God, the unbalance. Guess what? Certain mechanic parts of this are not ever going to change. That's just how that is. Palace levels have always been the predicator for personal leagues. So, like, the more you go up in Palace level, the harder it's going to be. Why? Because literally that is where you're going to start seeing the elite of the game. I'm not stating that things couldn't be done differently. I'm just saying the way it is right now, it makes things difficult if you play very budgeted and you play very, very conservative with your troops. You have to find that niche that's continuing and functioning for you that you can continue to play versus versus make it everybody's issue. Like, again, is it wrong that one person can get all 3 achievements in a Battle for the Light round? Possibly. But when you look at the way the mechanics are, it's not necessarily always guaranteed that one person is going to get all 3 of those achievements. The way the mechanic sets is the person that holds the most towers, there's an achievement. The way the mechanic sets, the person that kills the most troops, there's an achievement. Like, it's simply set to where, yes, it can be monopolized by one player, or, depending on how active and strong the players are, they can get all 3 achievements at once. So, like, I mean, it just depends. It can be split. It is possible. It is not a set, immutable mechanic that one person gets all 3 achievements. It's not. So, like, sitting there and being like, it's unfair. Oh my God, it needs to change. Oh Lord. There are other things in the game that could change to make things way more balanced than simply one person getting 3 achievements on one round of Battle for the Light. Hello! Now, the leagues, personal leagues, have always been Palace level. That's it. It's got nothing to do with influence, nothing to do with your clan. Sitting there and being like, well, but I don't play in a clan that has a full max glory hall, and I'm facing people that do. Well, if it's a personal event, that's just kind of it. It's personal. Has absolutely nothing to do with the clan. The clan the person's in does not at all factor in to personal events. Does the glory hall bonus make a huge difference? Abso-freaking-lutely. However, it's not punishing somebody that is not in a big clan. It is merely the way the game mechanic sets it up in order to be fair via power level. That's it. That's all. So, now, could there be things that are done differently? Absolutely. But keep in mind, if those things are done differently, there's got to be a balance on the other end somewhere too. So, like, I'm not saying things aren't unbalanced. What I'm saying is that the simple fact of complaining about the way that personal events and stuff like that are currently do not necessarily change the fact that it's all still predicated on a fairly even system. I say fairly even because league splits for Palace level are still rough currently because there is no high-end league. There's no league at the very top. There's no league at the very top that is like, okay, all the Palace level 50s are here, all the 48s, 49s are here, all the 46, 47s are here, all the, forgot where it was, 44 and 45s are here. Like, there's no set league system there yet because of the simple fact there's not enough higher end palace levels to break those down into leagues so the constant 10 people aren't constantly winning ranking. Because guess what? If they were, people would be crying about that too. Oh my god, they're giving Game Ender ranking rewards because he's a palace level 50. Well, guess what? That's how it would work, because literally if there's like 5 people that are palace level 50 and there's 10 top first rankings, guess what? Those 5 are always going to get at least the top 5. Like, that's it. That's how that is. So, like, it being predicated on palace level will change slightly the more people upgrade their palace. However, if you are one of those people that upgrade your palace, you cannot sit there and complain that you are starting to face players that literally are some of the strongest in the game. Why? Because you're keeping pace with them. Doesn't mean you're keeping pace with knowledge, town skins, Asir, gear, runes, altar of light, etc., etc. It means your palace level's keeping pace, which means the system says you're in the same league. So, that's kind of all I got for that. Like, Lord, that was a whole long, like, 20-minute rant, and goodness gracious, but that's what I think of that. All right, the fair event. There's been some things that have been further explained, if I can find Torrens' channel for the love of Jesus. There's been some things that have been further explained by a video that Torren put out yesterday. I think it was yesterday. Might have been the day before. One second. I gotta find this real quick. I'm not saying don't complain, and I'm also not saying that the game couldn't be, like, more balanced in some ways. I'm just stating that, like, if you upgrade your palace level to face monsters, you cannot complain that the monsters wipe the floor with you. Like, that's that. And I think it's... I will publicly say this. And this will piss people off, but I really don't care. Because, well, I'm me, and I'm unapologetically me. If this makes you mad, this is not my necessarily intent to make you mad. It is not directed at you personally. This is directed in general. So, there's that. If I offend you, sorry. But think about why you're offended. So, I will say this. I think it is ridiculous to complain that one person can work their rear end off to get all 3 achievements out of one round of Battle for the Light. That's not unbalanced. That is one person putting skills to an effective use to get a goal met. It's like the people that got Wolf of Jotunheim by losing troops, but yet they didn't burn. Oh my god, it's not fair because to get it, I burnt 5 times. Well, guess what? They literally were strong enough to take the hits, to kill the troops, to get the achievements without, or to lose the troops to get the achievement without dying. That's that. It has nothing to do with an unfair advantage, nothing to do with the game being skewed a certain way. Literally, that's it. It's the same thing in Battle for the Light. If you can get all 3 achievements in one round, kudos to you. Go for it. Absolutely. Get it. If you can't, well, you should probably work on them one by one instead of complaining that people get all 3 at once. Like, that's just that. I think it is the most ridiculous thing I've seen in the community so far to complain that one person can win all 3 achievements at once. That is just outstandingly dumb, in my opinion. That's my opinion, mind you, and it's not directed. I'm not calling a specific individual or group of individuals dumb. I just think it is absolutely ridiculous that that is where we've gone to saying this is unfair. Guess what? Next we're going to be like, hi, I play Vikings War of Clans. I want rewards and recognition because I play the game. No, this isn't participation trophy time. This is a war game, a strategy game. If you can't strategize, then quit. Like, that's it. Plain and simple. You don't want some watered down war game that is literally like we show up and we get prizes. Like that's that. Like I get it. I understand why people are upset, but at the same time, literally, there are people that strategize for those 3 achievements. They're not that secret. We know how to get them. Like, that's it. Apply the skills to get the achievements or don't. I mean, I literally log in, score in Battle for the Light, and log out and go about my day. So, like, for me to be like, it's not fair that one person won all 3 achievements in my Battle for the Light would be ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous. That's just it. That's how I look at it. All right. Enough. Fair of it. Let me get to the English version of this. Okay. Too big. There we go. Alrighty. It's gonna be like probably, I don't know, maybe an hour stream today. Won't be horribly long. Here we go. That's about as big as I can make that. So, alright! The fair event. Some of this stuff has changed since Synthesizer. Can't talk. Some of this stuff has changed since Synthesizer did his video, and I was able to get the access to the information. 1 second here. I said some of this stuff has changed. I will some of this stuff has changed, so I'll go through like this information as much as I can. Yeah, dude, dang. I saw that. That's good lord, dude. All right, some of this has changed since Synthesizer did his video and I had access to the information. So I will kind of go through this a little bit, so you guys can see what is what, etc., etc., etc. Okay, we can do some stop and go stuff here. The Fair, a special event in which you attack regular and enhanced enemies, complete tasks, receive prizes for doing so. You do not have to be a member of a clan. That is it. That tells you exactly where, again, this personal event is going. Predicated on palace level. Personal. Don't even have to be in a clan for it. During the fair, in the challenge tab, you need to attack unique enemies created specifically for this event. These enemies can be regular or enhanced, and to attack them, you will need fair resource tokens. If you look down here, I don't even know if you guys can see my cursor. Good lord. I will do this. Okay, normal enemy, right there. 2,000 fair tokens. 2,000 per hit. 2,000 fair tokens. Enhanced enemy. Literally, zombie with Viking armor. 10k tokens per hit. 2,000 per hit on the regular. 10,000 per hit on the enhanced. That's an 8,000 difference. Keep that in mind. Back down here to a normal manageable size of shenanigans. Okay. Taking on the foes to receive rewards and get the chance to win the jackpot by attacking an enemy. You earn pass points. Among other things, when you accumulate enough of these points, you reach checkpoints in the Pass tab and receive rewards. You can also purchase additional pass levels in this tab. Yes, there are more rewards for the enhanced, but you're spending more energy to do it. Also, you see this. You reach checkpoints in the Pass tab to receive rewards. You can purchase additional pass levels in this tab. So in other words, it's not necessarily that you have to, but you can. At least that's how I read that. During the fair, you can participate in contests, complete various tasks over 7 days, and receive items and fair resources as a reward. Literally, it shows like 1,000 tokens here, 1,000 tokens there. I don't know like how much these chess contests and other stuff are going to give us, but like, I mean, if it's 2,000 per hit and you're getting 1,000 out of a checkpoint, that's like half a hit per checkpoint. That's not terrible. Now, that means you have to do like 10 checkpoints in order to be able to hit the enhanced enemy once. But, I mean, that's like looking at the checkpoints for hero energy that we get hero energy where they tell you have to kill an Uber chief. Or Ubers in general. The amount of Ubers you can kill for the amount of energy you get is closer than the amount of energy you will spend on an Uber chief to get the same amount of stuff. I'm not stating that it's not weird. I'm not stating it's not skewed. I'm not stating it's imbalanced. I'm merely stating a fact of you will get like a half to a quarter of what you need to complete something out of checkpoints alone. So, follows the same balance there. All right. For the duration of the event, some bank offers also include a special currency. Olaf coins. The more of these coins you collect, the more fair rewards you'll receive. In the Olaf coins tab, you can check how many coins you have and claim the relevant rewards. If you look literally for buying Olaf coins, like for instance, 3 of them means you can claim the first pack, which gives you 1 million fair tokens and also 1 million soul shards. So, it is actually a bank reward system. If you buy the tokens out of the bank, you get extra stuff and rewarded out of it. It's not that difficult to follow, not that hard to understand. I'm not saying that it's like forcing people to spend. I'm just saying merely it is rewarding those that choose to spend on Olaf coins with more availability to play the fair event, as well as some extra stuff. Like you can't see how much is in the next one down, but it shows like, or how much it costs to get the next one down, but it's like 10 million fair tokens, 1 million star shard or soul shards, and 10 million marble. So, like, I don't know how balanced this is going to be, but I can already hear the overall complaining of, oh my god, it's rewarding spenders. It's a company. It's a business. This is how this works. You reward the people that spend money. So, like, I understand the logic on both sides, because, of course, the people that complete more of the fair are going to get more rewards. But, again, that's like any event in this game. The people that rank higher, etc., 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 get more rewards. That's how it works. All right. In the chest tab, you'll find coffers of rewards as well as a hidden image. Complete tasks to claim all the chests and reveal a unique picture from the world of Vikings War of Clans. I have no idea if that picture is going to be downloadable, like you get free game art at the same time. I don't know. I have no clue. But from what we saw, like originally, each one of these pictures has essentially a connotation in the game. Like this picture in the top. Whoop, here we go. Break some of this down to you. Top right picture, if you look, that is the same picture when it comes to boosting resources. Middle right, middle far right. Yeah, middle far right. I had to think of which direction it was facing. Middle far right, that's the picture that's used for fortresses, for boosting, for onslaughts, etc., etc. Bottom right, bottom far right, is the one that's used for like chaos elements, soul shards. This one right, I don't know if this is capturing my cursor or not. I don't think it is. Anyways, second one in on the bottom left. That is the picture used for shaman energy. If you go down to the fortress onslaught picture on the bottom left, one over is the one used for hero energy. So I believe like these pictures are coordinated with roughly the same things in the game that have the same pictures. So if you claim that reward, that merely means you will probably get an item from that category of what we see in the game. Sneaking suspicion. I could be wrong and it could be like a wild bingo card where everything's all mixed matched and higgledy-piggledy. I'm just stating that literally if it follows the pattern of these pictures, and these pictures are associated with other things in the game, that is roughly how you will be able to tell what you are going to be able to claim. So you can kind of like plan and map out what rewards you will get based on the picture associated with that in the game. Again, not 100% that's how it's going to work, but that's what I foresee. Why is it, just sneaking thing here, why is it I go on a rant and I get like 25 viewers, I calm down and start talking like common sense stuff about the game and the viewer number goes down? Do y'all just like seeing me mad or something? Gracious. Goodness. Feed off of the outrage. Alright, the mission tab. You will find various tasks that you'll be able to complete in order to replenish your supply of tokens. The more of these tokens you have, the more damage you can deal to enemies in the challenge. In other words, the enemies in the fair. It shows! I'd say like I would do everything in a rant style, but I mean, let's face it. I don't think my blood pressure can handle that. Alright, like I'm getting older. This is true. Speed up processes in towns. It shows 1,041 weeks. I have no idea. No clue. But it's odd. Earn influence is another one. Complete tasks and claim the rewards for doing so. Another one. That one right there, you can barely see the top of it due to the spend gold. So literally, the more tasks we complete yes, exactly. The more tasks we complete, careful, she gets angry when I'm called old. She gets angry when I call myself old. Well, not really angry. She gets agitated when I call myself old. So literally, the more stuff we do in the game will be the more fair tokens we can earn. It's not like a mystery. It's not like, oh my god, I have to buy all these things. No, literally, the more stuff you do by playing the game, the more fair tokens you can claim. Okay. Boom. To sum it up, Vikings War Clans token can be received in the following ways. By attacking enhanced enemies to win a jackpot. By completing tasks in contests, by reaching top places in contest ranking, completing tasks and opening chests, additional ones and main chests, by completing fair missions, and by purchasing fair resources in the bank. Always that tokens can be earned. If you notice things in the bank are at the very bottom. The main prize for the fair you can acquire from the fair is a March skin. The skin you can win won't always be the same as the one currently available. When the fair is announced, you'll be able to see what skin is up for grabs. In Vikings War of Clans, March skins can be obtained by reaching top places in the fair ranking. That was extremely fast, and I apologize if you guys missed all of that. But basically, reach top places in ranking to get the March animation skin that is offered for this fair. I think, honestly, they are kind of cool, to be honest. Like, I mean, I would love to see my troops, like, molly-whopping across the map on the back of, like, a wild boar. That's very, like, Viking-ish. I like it. I mean, I would also like a dragon because, like, I really like the troop marching stuff in Battle for the Light. That is kind of awesome. But thank you for that, by the way. I don't always feel young, especially in the colder weather. But the literal marching skins we can get, just 1, 2, and 3. There are 3 different variations of this. I imagine that will be literally ranking 1, 2, and 3 for the March animation. Now, keep in mind, you will have to have animations turned on to use these, because if you don't have animations turned on, then you can't see them anyway. You literally see little chess pieces flying across the map. It's kind of interesting in a weird way. Okay. Woo. Let me see. Ah, way too small. Holy crap. There we go. All right. That is it, actually. That's all. That's all there is. So, this will be on an update on Monday. Will be the fair event. We know that roughly, maybe, let me drop this in the chat just because of the simple fact of, like, I want you guys to see how it's worded. That is how it is worded. There will be a big update with the fair on the 6th, but the event itself will start maybe on the 20th. That is not set in stone. If it doesn't happen on the 20th, I don't want to hear this. Bones said it will. No. Maybe. I'm not like, it's going to start on the 20th, guys. Oh my God. Be prepared. Be excited. No, it might. It might not. Don't know. Who knows? I don't even know what day the 20th is, for the love of Jesus. Let me see. Oh! I'm in a mood today. If you guys can't always tell. The 20th would be a Monday. It might. Hello! What's up, Jay? How are you, man? It might start on the 20th. The 20th is a Monday, which would be, yeah, of course you did. Which would be a Monday, which means CVC. So, it is a personal event, meaning it could run the same time as CVC, meaning it might not. There's that. I'm just stating. Don't be like, Bones said it was happening on the 20th. I have no idea when it is actually happening. I just know the update to load it into the game is happening on Monday. Might change that too. We don't know. Also, there is no news about what else is changing on Monday. It is a big update. That's all we were told. Big update. So, being like, oh my God, we didn't know all this stuff was changing. Guess what? Neither do we. I've got no other update news. I know that the fair will be loaded in, but that is about that. Oh, man. I know. Oh, Halloween's going to be fun. I'm going to try to put together some Shaman Halloween animations. I think that'll be kind of fun to do. We will see how well it turns out. You guys will get to see roughly your favorite shaman in Halloween-ish-esque costumes. Potentially, maybe might try like a shaman trick-or-treating kind of thing. I don't know. We'll find out. Also, I'm going to try to put some giveaways together. As you guys always know, my Halloween giveaway is normally huge because why? It is my favorite holiday of the year. So, we'll see about that. There will, of course, be a costume for me this year again as well. So, exciting things for the month of October. I'm excited. This will be fun. New fair event will be loaded in the update on Monday. Don't know exactly when the new fair event will be in the game. It could happen on the 20th. It could happen before the 20th. It could happen after the 20th. We just know that it is being loaded Monday. It may be happen on the 20th, but that's about it. Anyways, that is all I got for today. Thank you guys for being here for the last 53 minutes and listening to me rant about the unfair advantages of the same palace levels. God. Sarcasm. Anyways, I hope I didn't offend people too badly. If you guys can, check out the links. Again, we are $150 away from the GoFundMe being completed. $150 is all that is left on the GoFundMe. If you guys can, I would greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate you sharing the GoFundMe around with your community, with other people. $150 and it disappears. It's done. It's gone. We've completed it within a year. That's amazing and outstanding. For all your guys' support, donations, and other stuff, I greatly appreciate it. I cannot begin to say thank you enough, and neither can Amber. So check that out. $150 and the $150 and the GoFundMe is done completely. Also, check out the merch, memberships, and more shop. Memberships, paid memberships are down here. Basically, that will link you right in with Vikings Discord. And thank you for the donation. That will link you directly in with Proxy Discord into members only chat. So, you get to see I'm not as active in there as I probably should be, but you get to see kind of the stuff I'm working on. I also drop basically drop the giveaway mechanics when they're approved in there to tell you guys what's going on. I drop the rewards, what rewards are approved before I put the videos out. So it's kind of like a pre-announcement zone, more or less, as well as new merch stuff gets dropped in there. If paid members have suggestions and stuff like that, that's where I will probably go first to look for it, etc., etc. Check that out if you can. And also, like I did earlier, a membership shout out. I also want to shout out to a membership or a member on their birthday, Guinevere. Happy birthday to Gwen. We all know who she is. Anyways, happy birthday to you. I hope you have an outstanding, wonderful, amazingly fantastic birthday. Thank you guys for being here today. Good luck in Fury. Spartak's Fury is looking really good for us to take first. But anyways, good luck in Fury. I hope you guys have a fantastic, outstanding, and amazing rest of your week. Thank you guys for being here today. I should be live on Sunday, barring anything else that I'm unaware of currently. If something comes up, I will post it on the community tab on YouTube. If you guys do not know where that is, don't give me that. I can't open stuff message. That's dumb. Anyways, if you look at YouTube and you go down here, home video shorts live posts, you go to posts right there. Literally, if I am not streaming, I will try to drop this the day before. It doesn't always happen, but I literally try to drop these the day before so you guys all know roughly what is going on, what's what, etc., 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 without me having to tag everybody and cause a bunch of hullabaloo. Anyways, thank you guys for being here today. I greatly, 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 greatly appreciate it. Please share the GoFundMe around if you guys can. Any and all support is greatly appreciated. 33 was just donated, so that means we're like 120, 117, 120 away from the goal. So thank you guys so very, very, very much. Have an awesome and great week. Stay warm if you have cold weather. I know our weather's starting to get colder. Stay cool if you have hot weather. As always, of course, do not forget in your gaming adventures to go outside and touch some grass. Safely, of course. Be safe. Take care. I will see you guys around in the community and on the next live stream. Thanks for watching.